All right, I'm up in the National Forest up in Florida. Just kind of show you some of the sights here. This is kind of what it looks like. It's kind of like a forest, but it also has some of these plants down here that you see a lot in Florida. Kind of like sometimes you see these plants inside of, I guess it would be the swamps and stuff. There was this one plant over here. It just reminded me of this Indian guy with hair, and it's just all slicked back. And if this tree just had arms lifted up to heaven, it would be like this tree would be worshiping. But check this tree out. It's actually pretty cool. So this one right here, how the hair is slicked back. Can you imagine just have two arms on that thing and just lift them up to heaven? This tree would be worshiping God. That would be kind of fun. You know, I'm out riding with God, doing the 48 states, and hopefully in 4 more days I'll be in Alabama. That'll be the 12th state. Today or tomorrow, I forget which, but I'm going to turn like 2,500 miles, which is pretty much a milestone for me, I guess, since I'm probably going to end up doing about 10 to 14,000 miles altogether. At least that part of the journey is accomplished so far, and I'm going to go further and be with God. But one of the things when you do come out here and camp to look for is, of course, flat ground. You want flat ground. The other thing is to look up in the trees. And when you look up in the trees, you want to make sure that there's no pine cones up here that would, in the middle of the night when the wind whips up, would come and hit on your tent or hit you in the head as you walk by. And also, sometimes these trees here will have dead branches on them, and you don't want to sleep under any dead branches because, again, the wind can come through and that branch could come down on you. And so you want to steer clear from that. And I've been in the forest when the branches come down and it was just like crashing down. The way this is set up here, we've got a road over here, which is a highway, which you can barely hear the highway noise. I'm far enough back to where you really can't see me back here. If you're in a tall truck, you might be able to. A lot of times these areas to where there's trees with a white band around them, if you can see way back there, there's 2 or 3 trees with white bands. That means that there's camping areas back here. This is part of the forest back here that kind of gets all grown up, and you can tell they've actually cut a lot of the trees down around this area and then replanted trees, so that's why it's nice and sparse. In this area, I guess the only thing that I'm really I'm not worried about it, but there's an emphasis on we need to know that there is going to be puma cats. We've got bobcats. We've got the raccoons, which are pretty vicious too, actually. You would think, oh, it's kind of docile and it looks nice, but no, that's a wild animal just as much as everything else. You've got possums. The possums are pretty vicious also. And then you've got the blind armadillos. Now, my question to you is like, man, I think that Adam messed it up when he named those things armadillos, because seriously, they don't have any arms. They have like 4 legs, and I mean, if we went back in time and talked to him and asked him why he named it armadillo, he should have named it legadilla. I mean, I could understand that. It's got 4 legs. But another thing that possibly would be back here would be owls. Owls are going to start hooting during the night. And I know there's coyotes in the area. What'll happen is I've noticed in the foresty areas where the coyotes are, they must have had their young a month or 2 ago, and in their den they have a lot of young right now, and they go out and hunt at night. Once they kill something, they howl out to let the pack know that they have found something, and then they start to take it back to the den. And once it's back at the den, all the little coyotes start yipping and yupping and having fun, and they all start to howl at that time. But the first howl is basically, hey, I got something, I'm headed your way, which is actually pretty cool. I mean, yeah, it's not cool to always get woken up like that, but to realize what's happening and listen to them and rejoice with the little coyotes as they rejoice over some dinner. And hopefully they learn to pray over their food. But I'm sure God's just like happy that they're rejoicing, because they're rejoicing because God provided for them. Just like God provides for you, God provides for me. We see here that the sunset's getting ready to set. Actually, this setting is really nice. There's hardly any wind tonight. It's probably going to get down to about 40, 45 degrees, which is like nothing. That's great camping weather. And to tell you the truth, if you guys are going to come out bike touring and stuff, some of the nicest times to do it is, you would think, oh, I want to go in the summertime. Well, you're going to get all hot. You're going to have to deal with all the bugs. You're going to have to deal with all the snakes. You're going to have to deal with all those critters like that. I tell you right now, no mosquitoes, no snakes. You know what? Dress a little warmer. Keep an eye on the weather. If you need to get a motel, get a motel. But seriously, this is some of the greatest time, because when you're biking, if people don't really know, it's really so much better to bike in 50 degrees or 60 degree weather, as long as there's not huge amounts of wind, just because of the fact you're trying to keep dry from your sweat, because it's it's a workout. As far as bike touring goes, there are misconceptions that it's a huge workout and you have to do all this, and you know what, it's more of a it is a workout, but it's more of a kind of a kickback thing. You just keep pedaling. You pedal at a certain speed, and it's a lot faster than what you really think. When you see people cruising along on a bicycle and you watch their pedals go around, and you can count 1 second, 2 seconds, and you see that they're only doing like one circle every second, every 2 seconds with their pedals. That's not how you do it. What you do is you want to see almost 2 revolutions per second, and the perfect speed that they say is what would be like 90 revolutions per minute, which is 1.5 revolutions per second. For me, I prefer to go a little bit faster than that, but not too much. But that's what touring is. What that does is it just allows you. It's called a spin, and you can just get to spin your pedals, and it's really cool and fun here. Now, I don't know if you guys have noticed, but I've got the new trailer for Bike for God. The trailer cover itself can easily be seen, from pretty far away, and it does have the little thing on it that does say the 48 states, which is really cool. We still got the same trailer, the same stuff inside, and the same cross, but the trailer cover itself looks a lot better and can be seen from very far away. I guess, for me, I'm just having fun and love to be with you guys. I'm glad you guys are with me, and there's so many people praying for me. And this journey has just been amazing. I mean, really what the God has been doing has just been amazing. And the reason I say that is because people are getting touched that wouldn't be touched. Whether it's somebody driving by and they see the cross. And I've gotten these people that they contact me on the website, and they're saying, man, I was having a bad day, and I passed you and saw the cross, and it was just like it touched my heart. I felt the presence of God, and it just changed me, and I was just like, wow, that's cool, because that's my prayer. Because my prayer has actually been stepped up to where everybody that sees the cross gets saved before they die, and also everybody that passes me within a 5,000 foot radius, the presence of God is there, and it touches them. So I believe that a lot of people are getting touched. When we think of, there had to be at least 10,000 people that passed me, last week, and maybe I didn't get to pray for 10,000 people, but I think really, in my mind, God's going to honor that prayer, and so there'll be a lot of people that will be saved, and it's just another seed sown. A lot of times I do get kind of like the honk honk, hey, good job, or what's going on, or and it's always people staring as they go by, people taking pictures, this and that, which is a cool thing, because I am out there sharing Christ, putting the cross out there, being an average person on a bike, but then being a little bit like, showing off to the cross to people and flaunting Jesus. Wow, that's a cool way to say it. I like that. To flaunt Jesus around, to share Jesus in other ways. In other words, people can be just driving by, listening to their own music, paying no attention to anything at all except for the lines in the road and driving down the road, and all of a sudden there's this cross that goes by in an area where they never see a cross, and it's just like, man, you cannot notice a white moving cross that's going down the street on a bicycle. I mean, it's crazy, but it's crazy in a good way. But just to have you guys praying for me and with me along the road is just awesome. I can't say thank you enough, and And as far as the blog goes, make sure and write in on the blogs. I would like to have your comments, some of your comments on there. Even if it's not that much you have to say, just come in and say, hey Kevin, man, some of the stuff you say, it affected my life, or keep up the good work, or whatever it is, because the Lord really does want us to build each other up. And I just think that that's such a cool, awesome thing to build one another up and to be with the Lord. But you guys, man, get a hold of me anytime you want. I want to try to answer some questions if you had any questions. And I want to be there with you if I have a chance to. But just make sure and I guess the main thing would be to go after God, just to go after Him and be with Him and have fun with Him. That's where it's all at, It's all about Him, and if I can just get you to the next level, if I can just push you just a little bit down the street with me and go ride with me or something, it's just such an awesome thing to just go and be with God and practice the presence and meditate on Him. It's just a whole different lifestyle than what we're used to when we're, in the big cities and kind of got our own thing going on. But I'm telling you, it is so rewarding just to do something like that. Even if you just have a week to do it, just give it a try once and see how it changes your life. But I want to tell you guys, wow, it's been awesome. And until next time, catch up with you. God loves you. Later.